Hi guys, how are you doing? So welcome to today's pick a card reading, which is about their current thoughts. So I hope you're all really good. As ever, I'm reading intuitively, so bear that in mind. Please feel free to pause if you want to choose a group, pause the video. Yeah, if you'd like a private reading with me, it's £20, 20 minutes, and you get your reading in 24 hours. Please check the description below for that. Let's have a look at what's going on for you guys today. So this is their current thoughts. Hi, number ones. So their current thoughts, we've got Father Healing, Alchemy, Five of Swords, Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, lovely. This is amazing. Right, I almost feel I'm going to do this because this will make more sense then. Right, so it's kind of like these two and these two. So there's something that they are admitting defeat on. There's something that they've had to kind of realize that they can't keep up this battle over something. There's something that they've either got very stubborn about, or they've been trying to force to work. There's maybe a situation that they've been, you know, they've got so involved in a certain situation or an argument or a project or something, and it's not working out for them. They can't win, but because they don't want to lose face or whatever, they've kept going and going and going, or they've just got awkward. They've got into their ego about it. And what's happening now is that they are starting to realize that, you know, there's probably some old wounds that this situation has brought up. This is where we've got Father Healing. There's some old wounds, maybe from childhood, maybe from the past, maybe from father, but this can be just a symbol for old wounds from our childhood. There's some old wounds that were really poking. This situation, sorry, was poking at these old wounds. It was bringing those old wounds up. And so this person, your person that you're inquiring about, had kind of got really involved in their ego because it had brought back all those horrible memories or those old experiences, or there was something about it that triggered that old behavior. And what's happening now is that this 5 is about transformation. So they are starting to realize that they have to kind of let go of this old situation, that keep fighting just for the sake of fighting isn't going to work, and that they are finding some sort of healing and some sort of energy improvement through admitting defeat and walking away. If they haven't done yet, they are going to. When they realise that they need to just walk away from this situation and just let it go and recognise that no one's going to win now in this situation because it's just become so ego-fueled. You know, there's just so much fear. It's coming out of, you know, competition, angst, this constant battling. It's not helping anyone. Once they realise this and they can let go of it, this will cause this healing of this old wound, because actually surrendering to it is what is needed. As they surrender and go within themselves and go back to that core self, what happens? Look, we've got Alchemy. So their thoughts are, I don't think that they are feeling this Midas touch at the minute, because the Alchemy says you have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. I don't think they feel this, but they are starting to get their thoughts at the minute. They're like on the tipping point from this to this. Yeah. So they're they've been through this, like they've been so absorbed in this battle, so absorbed in this situation, but they're starting to get that, do you know what, if I can just let this situation go, look where I can go to. I can go to Alchemy. I can go to this sense where if I let this go, everything becomes easier. All these options become available for me, and look what they can find, the Two of Cups. Love, true love, real love, the beginning of a new and long-term committed situation. Something where they feel safe, where they feel loved, where they feel honoured and cherished and appreciated is on offer to them. So their thoughts are a kind of a tipping point here, because they are kind of starting to see, hang on, I'm fighting a losing battle here, or you are. You know, if you're watching this, it might be, hang on, this is me. But it's like, I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to keep repeating this pattern. This situation has been brought to this person because they need to heal this. They haven't healed this, so this situation comes along to poke the wound here, which makes this heal, which then allows for this Alchemy, which allows for this Two of Cups. This could be you two. This could be your person and you. And that what's been standing in the way is this old wound. And it is only a matter of time before they recognise what they have to do here, which is surrender, which is let it go and walk away. When they do, things will start to turn around for them. Thank you so much, number ones. I will see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number twos. How you doing? I hope you're really well. So let's have a look. Their current thoughts. Worthiness. Helpful person. The world. The devil. Okay. I'm doing this a lot today, moving the cards around. Okay, this makes sense here. Very similar to the last group. There's a bit of a tipping point here. This is the way it's going. Okay, so I don't know whether there may be something going on astrologically when you're watching this, but there's some sort of tipping point in the last one, and there's a tipping point in this one as well. Someone, your person, their thoughts, they have been or are very in their ego, in fear. I don't mean ego as in the normal everyday understanding of being in your ego, as in having a big ego, like being full of yourself. I mean ego as in fear. So your person could be fearful, timid, scared, overly materialistic, attached to their situation, not having courage to be themselves, being inauthentic, looking to please other people, taking care of other people instead of themselves. They could be in a codependent situation. They could be addicted to a substance or a situation. They could be using the external to validate who they are, or to try and be who they are, you know, through their external circumstances. Any of these things. So your person, their current thoughts are that they have been in this for a long time. They are either unawakened or partially unawakened and still struggling with the devil energy. It's all because of their sense of worthiness. They don't feel or haven't felt good enough. You know, their current thoughts are that they are struggling with their sense of worthiness. And this attachment to the devil, whether it's shopping addiction, an old partner, a need to please everyone, being full of themselves, you know, because it can be both ends of the spectrum. It can be that they appear totally full of themselves, or that they appear like a complete, you know, like completely deflated and completely insecure. Both of these things are about worthiness. And all of this ego attachment is because they don't know who they really are. They don't know that they are, you know, essentially like a child of God, the universe, source. They don't realize the power that they have. They don't realize who they really are. So they lack a sense of worth, and they look for their worth outside of themselves. And that's what the devil's about. So that's been their current thoughts up till recently. They're at a tipping point now of this starting to shift. I feel like someone is in their life. It could be you. There's a helpful person who is helping them to feel better about themselves, helping them to see that they don't need to stay attached to the physical world, you know, in terms of it validating or expressing who they are. You know, that they're starting to see their true selves. It's not all going to happen at once, but there is a sense of positive completion. The world this complete unaware attachment to the physical, to the egoic sense of self is over, or this is tipping towards this for this person. They are no longer so attached, and this is providing them an opportunity to kind of have a bit of a spiritual growth, a bit of an understanding, and a moving up to the next level, where they are freer, where they have more abundance, where they have more self-awareness, where they have more opportunity to be their authentic selves. So this person could be you, or it could be somebody else in their life that's operating almost as a bit of a spiritual teacher. But this person, what you'll find is that their thoughts are moving away from, you know, all their old habits, all their old ways that you felt were holding them back and holding them down. You know, there is a change coming. It's happening already. It could be your influence or somebody else's, but you will see this old situation completing. This won't have gone entirely. No. but it will be significantly improved, and this will allow for movement forwards in your situation. Thank you so much, number 2s. I'll see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number 3s. How are you doing? I hope you're really well. So, let's have a look. Their current thoughts. Waves of prosperity, rest, 2 of swords, and 6 of wands. Right, so their current thoughts. They are feeling... Right. This has happened in every single reading. I love it when the guides do this. It's cool. Right. So, in this one as well, group 1 and 2 had like a tipping point. It's like, this is where they were, this is where they're moving to. And this week, or around this time, you know, this is how it's moving. It's shifting from here to here. So, they've been in 2 minds about something. They've been very indecisive. You will have noticed this. They will have seemed divided equally, possibly between you and someone else, or you and some other situation. Or there's been something that you are aware of. It's part of the reason you clicked on this reading. It's part of the reason you've chosen this group. Is because they have been kind of indecisive and have seemed stuck about a situation. And this rest really says that they're not doing anything. It says you've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. They have literally been taking a nap over this decision. They have been not moving, they've not been doing anything, they've not been acting, they've not been looking. You can see both these people, hang on, both these people, this one's got its eyes closed, this person's got a blindfold on. Your person was not looking, was not prepared to look. You know, they maybe were being a bit of an ostrich, putting their head in the sand, not looking at the situation. You know, they just didn't want to know. The thing is that there is a new wave of opportunity for them. We've got waves of prosperity. And the message is new abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. They have, it's like there's an energetic swell for them. And so their thoughts for a long time have been to do nothing. They haven't really had any thoughts on it, or that's what they've been telling you. Or they've been seemingly just kind of putting their head in the sand and not facing anything. There's an energetic swell around them. That's the only way I can really describe it. Where they kind of are now open to the opportunity, to the possibility of moving out of this kind of... phase where they just completely ignore the situation, like denial. It's like they've been in some sort of denial. Things are changing. New abundance and opportunities are washing over them. Are all of them going to take the opportunity? Well, no, not all of them will, but the waves of opportunity and prosperity are there for them. You know, there's new abundance energies around them. What I feel is for most of them, they are going to make it to this 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is victory. It's feeling like you've got there, you've made it. Finally, here I am. You know, I've battled and I've prevailed. You know, I've got there, I've won. It's returning home after battle, feeling victorious, giving yourself a pat on the back, feeling like you've made it. So if you have found that your person has not really had any thoughts, and that's part of the reason you're here, and you feel like they've kind of been stuck in a rut, there is a new wave of like energy, opportunity around them at the minute. They're not all going to take it up. If I'm honest, you know, I'm thinking maybe 70% of them are going to feel this new energy and they're going to be victorious as a result of acting on this energy. It's certainly going to push them out of this rut. So it's going to give them new thoughts. It's going to give them new inspiration. It's going to give them new ideas that allow them to kind of make some sort of tangible plan and move forwards. Thank you so much, number 3s. I'll see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number 4s. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Let's have a look. Their current thoughts. We've got treasure chest, simplify your life, 7 of cups, and the magician. Every single reading's been the same. I love it when the guys do this. Right, so if you haven't watched the others, it's like all of the readings have been the same. We've had 2 cards, and this is like a tipping point. So there must be something energetically going on, because this is kind of like where they have been and this is where they're going, thoughts-wise. So your person has been completely overwhelmed lately. Their thoughts have been going crazy. You know, this is about, the Seven of Cups is about not being able to make a choice, feeling overwhelmed, feeling confused, not knowing which way to go, knowing they need to choose wisely, knowing they need to choose carefully, knowing that if they make the wrong decision, this could have a really bad effect on them, or feeling that it will. I think it's more that they feel it will have a bad effect on them than it actually will. And the reality is all paths are the right path. It's just a case of how we view it and how we deal with it. And actually, sometimes the things that bite us are the things that grow us the best in the long term. So, you know, really, they could have made any choice and it would have been okay. But they haven't really made much of a choice because you've probably found that you have looked at this reading, or you're interested in this reading regarding your person or your situation, because it's like, well, what are their thoughts? You know, I don't know what they're thinking. Well, I don't think they really do either, because they're having so many emotions. Their emotions are taking, like, ruling the roost here. Their emotions have taken over, and they felt in recent times, and they felt totally overwhelmed. They haven't known what to do, but it's all out. Their basic problem at the minute, or has been recently, and it's changing now. This is the point. It's the tipping point today, you know, or around this time. Their main problem is that they're so overwhelmed, and they're so aware of the consequences if they make the wrong choice. That's the key. But in actual fact, what's going on is that they're just overthinking it. Probably they've got a very busy life. A lot of them have got a lot going on around them, and it's making them feel emotionally overwhelmed, which is then making them irrational, which is then making any sort of decision really difficult. They're overstimulated, a lot of them. Too many devices, you know, phone, computer, work, you know, social media, life, being out and about in life. You know, it's just all got a bit much. Okay? So that's why we've got simplify your life. Their problem is they're totally overwhelmed. There's just too much going on. They're not able to be intuitive. They're not able to make a decision from intuition, because there's just so much emotion and so many thoughts and so much going on. Okay. However, this is tipping. This is tipping towards a treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of abundance comes to you now. I feel like they're going to get an energetic wave. This treasure chest is an opportunity to manifest a new situation, the Magician. They're going to get a new beginning. And their new beginning is, the treasure chest is the ability to simplify their life and get rid of this confusion. Because actually, if they can just quieten and calm their life down, they won't have this amount of confusion anymore. What will happen is they will be able to see the treasure chest that's probably already there in front of them. There's probably something on offer to them. You may be saying, yes, it's me. It's what I'm offering them. Have you noticed that they just can't see what's in front of them? They can't see the opportunity. They can't see the treasure chest. They can't see this new beginning. They can't seem to manifest something that's so easy. You may even say it's on a plate for them. But they haven't been able to see it because they've just been totally overwhelmed. So the key for them is that they are starting to consider simplifying their life. And if you have an influence on them and you want to encourage that, then that is always going to be a good thing. But they are being drawn towards simplifying their life. Partly as well, this Magician is about a new beginning. So they can manifest the new beginning, but it's also that the new beginning is trying to manifest in them. You know, so they're being called towards this. But their thoughts have been extremely confused and extremely overwhelming for them. Their specific thoughts are not that relevant, because it's not that they've had any specific thoughts that you want to know about or are that important. It's just that there've been so many of them that they've completely got overwhelmed, and that the only way to really know and to see the opportunity around them is to simplify their life. And that's what's happening. And as they simplify their life, this treasure chest, boom, it comes into their expression, it comes into their life, they see it, and then they're able to manifest. So I hope this makes sense. So much love to you number 4s, and guys, I will see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime. See you soon.